most people, when they're trying to figure out whether to get a divorce, they always think about their kids, but they always think about staying together for their kids as opposed to getting divorced for your kids. A toxic relationship is harmful and traumatizing to your children. And so there are situations where you really need to divorce for your kids. And I know we don't frame it that way. Like the whole world tells you, oh, you got to stay together for your kids. You got to stay together for your kids. But I really don't think some people are staying together for their kids. If you break it down, a lot of times parents stay together because it's easier for them as parents. Because if you think about a divorce, when you break up, you do have to do it by yourself. And it is hard. It is hard work to divorce and to raise children separately. And so whenever I hear people say, well, I'm staying together for the kids, a lot of times my first thought is, actually, no, you're not. You're staying together because it's hard work raising kids. It's hard work healing from the hurt that you went through to be in a relationship that needs a divorce. And sometimes people just go through the motions because it's easier to have the other person helping with the kids. But if you really are choosing divorce for your kids, I want you to think about this in terms of a graph. So when the children are younger, when they're in their 1s and 2s and 3s, if you divorce somebody that you know you're probably going to divorce at that age, then that's better for the kids because that becomes their new normal. It's harder though for you because that's the hardest time to parent, right? When kids are 1 and 2 and 3, oh my God, my kid never stopped moving. I was exhausted. But like, if you see divorce in your future and you have young kids, if you divorce when they're young, then that's just their new normal. Those kids at that age won't even remember a time where you were together. That just becomes what's natural. And there's so many kids out now that like have divorced parents that there's nothing unique or special about that. Like when we were growing up, it would have been a big deal. And that's part of the trauma that holds people back too, is if you came from a relationship where there was divorce in your childhood, you might have been the only one. But now it's not uncommon. Kids having 2 parents and 2 homes. Yeah, I have my mom's house, I have my dad's house. It's nothing unique or special anymore. It's just kind of part of life. So if you look at the graph, it's easier on the kids when they're younger and it's harder on you. But if you wait and stay together for the kids, which is really staying together for yourself, I want you to own that, then it's harder on the kids the older the kids get up. So it becomes easier on you because the kids are more independent, but it's harder on the children because they have cognitive awareness of everything that happened along the way for your divorce. So for example, every fight that was unresolved, every time you didn't show affection to each other or model what a healthy relationship looks like, those are all ways that you have made it harder on your kids. So if you believe divorce is in your future and you keep kicking the bucket or kicking the can down the road, I really want you to think about kids when they're young. Some will never remember that. That'll just become their new normal. But the older they get, the harder divorce is on themselves. And the hardest time is right in that teenage year, which is when most people divorce because they've gotten the hard stuff done. So just for your awareness, if you're planning a divorce or you see one in your future, yeah, it could be harder now, but it'll be better for your kids. Please like and subscribe for more videos. And if you would like to get help figuring that out, please reach out to me at therapistsinstlouis.com.